What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everyone feeling? How are you doing on this lovely day? We have incredible news to get into. We have insane news, fantastic news. We're going to talk about the debate coming up, the most important debate ever known to mankind. It will be changing everyone's opinion about every person that they're going to be voting for between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and the RFK people are very, very sad about it. And we will be getting into the 10 Commandments stuff. Huge breaking stuff. I have a couple videos that are going to absolutely shock you when it comes to this kind of stuff. But not only that, we're going to get into the Trump stuff first. The Trump stuff first is kind of my favorite. Absolutely favorite kind of stuff. Willie, how are we feeling today? Get in the chat, drop a hello. If you do have a Zima mug, and if you don't, I highly suggest getting one. A link is in the description below. Therefore, all your friends and family can be known that you are drinking Zima. You don't have a problem because there's no problem to begin with. Let's get into the news right away. Trump came out with this banger of a statement. Drug test for crooked Joe Biden? I would also immediately agree to one. And that being said, I will also be submitting myself to a Donald Trump, Joe Biden drug test. Before the debate, we will be live streaming the debate. Of course, come join this live stream. People join the live stream because I try not to talk over candidates as they talk the entire time like other streamers. So if you want to actually watch the debate in between commercials, we will conversate back and forth. I suggest you be here. It's going to be great. I will be doing a live drug test to show everyone every drug that I'm on, along with Joe Biden, as long as Biden does it though. Like, I won't be putting myself up to the fire like that unless Joe Biden does it as well. But let's get into some of the most insane portions when it comes to this. CNN has been pushing the narrative that it's going to be totally fair. We'll be doing everything we can to make it a fair and honest debate, but anybody with two brain cells like you and I have know that that is a lie. That these people have biases before going into this debate. It's not going to be a free and fair election. As CNN is already going out. Why is Trump suddenly talking up Biden after months of slamming his cognitive ability? I don't know, because Joe Biden apparently has been in hiding the last few days to gear up for this debate, as there's been reports of him training to stand up on his 2 feet. I'm surprised, you're surprised. I didn't know he had the capacity to be able to do these kinds of things, but there's more. Okay, Eric Trump alleges his father will be debating CNN and Biden. This is the most obvious point. That is exactly what will be happening the entire time during the debate. Joe Biden will be debating Trump, but Trump will be debating Biden, but most importantly, Trump will be debating Jake Tapper the entire time. Excuse me, I will be fact-checking you live on this debate. So if you say anything, we will be shutting off your mic like this. And you're just going to have to deal with that. That's what CNN's going to be the entire time. You and I both know this. They will be going after Trump like crazy. Eric Trump alleges father will be debating CNN and Biden. Of course he is. Because these people are so entrenched in their ideology and their religion, they feel like they can't have somebody like Adolf Hitler on their stage without them being fact-checked live. And not only that, people are digging up old clips of the Tapper, and letting, what is crazy is some of these clips like this comparing Donald Trump to Hitler. We've heard this a million times. This isn't news, because that's the only history they think their people that are watching their program understand. That's all anybody's brain capacity has. Who's the most evil person known to mankind? Hitler? Wow. Did you graduate from 6th grade? history like me? Unreal. These two people will be debating Trump the entire time. And you and I will be watching that together. And I will be more annoyed if they don't just ask normal questions. Not like, hey, Trump, I heard that you maybe possibly love white supremacy. Any thoughts on that? Good people on both sides. We're going to bring up old stuff that is taken out of context. But here's a reminder of the man, the myth, the legend, when Dana Bash was very mad that Donald Trump was actually on the ballot and that the Supreme Court allowed him to be on the ballot in this upcoming election. Just another reminder of who these people are. Listen to her loathe at this idea.
Here's a question that I have, because it is, again, it seems like the Supreme Court is in a bubble. Perhaps it's some of the justices are in a bubble, and they're not dealing with, I mean, when they say, oh, Congress can do this, there are members of Congress, and we can go through the list, who are never going to do anything that would make life difficult for Donald Trump. So to think that the Congress is going to solve this, they barely can get a post office name these days.
It's true. I mean, and you can go down the list of Supreme Court decisions that kicked whatever issue over across the street over to Congress, whether it is, Obamacare, which is something that the Democrats were very happy about when they did that, a little bit of a different kind of court. Voting rights, I think, is maybe the primary example of what you're saying before this. Look, unfortunately for America, the court isn't necessarily wrong that this is the way the framers wanted it to be.
Right,
they
not
wanted
necessarily.
Congress, the people who are closest to their constituents, to be able to make the rules of the laws.
Unfortunately, Donald Trump is on the ballot. Unfortunately, smarter people than me allowed it to be so. But the thing that's on all of our minds, what Joe Biden will show up to the debate. What Joe Biden is going to show up to the debate. Will it be the Biden that has been restful? The guy that I assume, because remember, he has been capped or whatever. He's doing the Joe Rogan protocol as we speak. He's hooked up to every IV known to mankind. He's getting all the ivermectin known to man. And he's in cryogenic chambers. He's doing the William Hoff breathing method. He's doing everything he possibly can. This Joe Biden is going to be geared up and ready. He's going to be on whatever drug possible. And I think Donald Trump should be doing the same thing. Let's not get it twisted. I know he goes on and he does these long form 3-hour speeches, but he should be also doing a lot of protocols and prep before this, because if he shows up and just wings it and looks bad, it will not be okay.
I'm going to come.
It will be a hard watch for a lot of people, because Republicans, per usual, have a slam dunk in this upcoming election. But per usual, they'll find a way to totally it up. They just will. Parmesan says multi-shot. But listen to this video from J.D. Vance. Not J.D. Vance. God. Oh, I am not having the day. But here's CNN talking about if Biden messes up the debate, it's game over.
This is the entire election as far as I'm concerned. The entire world will be watching. If you are a carbon-based life form, you're going to be watching. If you've got a functioning brainstem, you're going to be watching. Because if Biden goes out there and messes up, it's game over. If he walks out there and a week later he's lower in the polls, it's panic in the party. But if he goes in there and he can handle himself against Donald Trump, a runaway train, a locomotive, a raging bull, then this guy deserves another shot to be president, because that is tough. What? You couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. If you can stand toe-to-toe with a runaway train like Donald Trump for an hour and a half, you are fit to be president, period, point blank. This is the whole presidency in a bottle in a week.
And Jim, I mean, same question. Big.
What? If you can last in a debate with Donald Trump, you should just be fit to be president. You're perfect. You're president caliber. you were able to actually withstand a debate. Yes, you've been in hiding for the last 12 days, but you are fit to be president. I think Biden will be okay. Biden, when he's tired and he goes to all these stupid events that he doesn't care about, that's when his words start slipping. That's when his mind starts tripping. That's the real Joe Biden comes out. The one that has zero filter. Violet says, such a low bar they have set. Oh my God. Well, that's 100%. Their idea is like, if he shows up and he's able to stand for a whole hour, no breaks, not poop his pants in front of all of everyone. It's a joke. Everyone relax. Is it? I don't know. Then he is fit to be president. This guy is amazing. Okay, this was just posted, yesterday, saying the White House officials say that their president Joe Biden will not be returning to the White House before the CNN debate. Just a few days ago. Sean CW, no, unless he wants slow America, he's bigger drug addict than his insurance size. Well, at this point, if you're a president, you should be on everything known to mankind. But here's, like, as Violet says, here is the bar they're talking about. Listen to this debate prep. This debate prep is just so silly. This is the bar we're working with, people. We're a serious country that should be taken very seriously.
Now, part two of that, Phil, of that debate prep, it's going to be actually putting that into action with these mock debates. This is going to include a 90-minute formal debate where the president is standing up on his feet the entire time, trying to mirror what he's going to have to do in real time next week. Now, part two of that.
He is going to be mirroring standing up. I thought the videos of him falling over, going upstairs were cheap fakes. And here he is mirroring. So keep that in mind. Everyone on the left has this idea that if he comes up to the podium and he actually holds sentences together, he's good to go. I'm going to be voting for him. I'm excited. I'm excited to vote for him. Things are going to be happening. This is better than ever. So that's the left side. And then the right is like, Donald Trump is going to show up and absolutely shellac him.
I'm going to come.
He's going to destroy him. And we should be taking a drug test to see what we're on. But those of us that are not on the fringe, and we're just trying to figure this thing out, and we're like, we just want a good America. We want an America that our family can grow up in, that things can get better, that we're not on the cusp of World War III like everyone thinks. If inflation actually starts to come down, things actually can get better. I can feel better about myself. I want an actual open and honest conversation. And I wish that we could have drug tests. We could have real questions that we didn't have to have moderators like CNN. Because CNN, per usual, this will be the people that is debating Donald Trump, Jake Tapper, and Dana Bash. These will be the type of people. Keep this in mind. This is the type of person that their idea as they go into this debate, they will be doing everything they can to shut up Donald Trump because they care more about keeping the narrative and the truth on stage than they are about having an honest conversation between two people. So here is Miss Bass, LA mayor, one of the worst mayors of all time. Look at these two. Okay, this is the future of our country. God, it just fills me with so much hope. But this is the kind of mentality going into this debate. This psychotic mentality.
Let's turn to Donald Trump's dehumanizing language about migrants last night in Philadelphia.
Dehumanizing.
He told the crowd, he floated the idea of a migrant fight club in UFC. And he said he told this to UFC President Dana White.
I'll turn that down.
Trump has also made disparaging comments about rounding up the homeless and swift execution of drug dealers. What goes through the minds of mayors when they hear all this stuff from someone who, with a very good chance of being elected president again?
Well, I'll tell you what goes through my mind is that I'm going to double and triple down my efforts to make sure that he never gets close to the White House again. He has told us
Okay, and that's the mentality. I mean, that if we're gonna sum up the mentality of these people in this upcoming election, that's it. I'm hearing more and more rumblings of people that I know that are far left. They are freaking out. They are freaking at the idea of Donald Trump winning. They're freaking at the idea of Republicans being in power. Like, they feel like it is a more existential threat than climate change. So keep that in mind, this debate. I'm not like putting too much chips in this debate. I don't even know why Trump would do it, because I think Jake Tapper is going to be in total. He's going to be an a-hole, and Dana Bash is going to be the same, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. Without a crowd, Donald Trump better show up with pictures and videos and props and just take the stage by storm. Do not let them have an inch, because you give them an inch, they will take a mile. You have to come up in that house and be like, this is my house. Oh, this is my house. You cannot let them own you. Let me check some of your chats. Violet says, accordingly, chat is full of people saying that he's got to call out the poo-poo face when he makes it. There he is. There he is right there taking the poo-poo face. I think they are the puppeteers. We will have a demented prick as several cocktails. Oh, yeah, he will. I mean, but why wouldn't you? Why not? If you are like 80, pushing 84, you're the president of the United States, you're about to go on stage and have a debate with somebody who is way more energetic, same age as you, and you know the guy can just absolutely destroy a debate with just, look at Joe over here. Is he wearing Depends? I'm not totally sure. The guy smells like poop. I swear to God, I'm over here and I'm smelling the poop. Like, he could totally destroy everyone in those moments. And then everyone that hates Trump will be like, oh my God, he's such a child. But everyone that loves somebody just going in there and screwing up how serious they pretend to be will love it. Adderall, cocaine are the most likely drug of choice for the moron. Dude, if you're taking Adderall and cocaine, you are going to crash, maybe on stage. So that could be fun to watch too. I am hoping for an absolute bloodbath. I'm hoping for just absolute chaos. I'm hoping maybe Trump will just walk off stage. He'll push the stage down and just walk off. I want some kind of awesome television, because I don't think it's going to be Jake Tapper and Dana Bash will be calling him extreme MAGA right, supremacist. They'll be saying every January 6th question known to mankind. It'll be just like that kind of boring rhetoric and crap, not actually getting down to what you and I actually care about. They don't care about that stuff. Blood transfusion, hyperbolic chamber, probably. Dude, I'm about to start getting into some of that stuff, hyperbolic chamber. But here is from today, Trump spokeswoman, I apologize. It's 2024. Time to wake up. We're using the right pronouns here at the Derek O'Shea Show. So here is the White House. Oh, God, Trump spokeswoman talking about Jake Tapper calling Trump Hitler over and over again. So the idea that somebody is moderating debate that is called Donald Trump Hitler is ridiculous. But here we go.
It would take someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently,
we're going to stop this interview if you're going to keep attacking my colleagues.
Ma'am, excuse me. Okay, you're not going to go around here and attack colleagues. We're going to attack your guy. This is my program, not up in here.
Filter.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf,
and I
am willing to have this conversation.
Oh, wow.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the
we're done.
Thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week in Atlanta for this debate.
I love how hyperventilated she is right now. I was like, you're not going to come up in here and talk about my man, Jake Tapper, like that. Not up in this. Okay, lady? Think you can come up here with all your mad energy, and I'm going to shut it down. This is CNN. We're the real news. We're real. But she wasn't just done with that interview. This is her moment. I'm going to show everyone how super serious I am. You're going to come up in my show and say these absolute fact-checking nonsense. I'm going to be fact-checking you live. That's what the debate's going to be the whole time. Anytime Donald Trump starts talking, anytime he starts building any kind of rhythm in the debate, they're going to be like, excuse me, not on this show. Okay, you're not going to come up here and spreading conspiracy theories. But here's her little tweet after the show. You come on my show. You respect my colleagues. Period. I don't care what side of the aisle you stand on, as my track record clearly shows. Okay? Not gonna come up in here and talk about nonsense like that. But then here's Donald Trump's spokeswoman going on Benny Johnson's show. Benny freaking Johnson. Do you like this dramatic effect? I'm slowing it down. This effect is going to be insane. But here's her explaining what the heck just happened. Girl, tell us what happened.
Just really quickly, like, what did security come and take you out of a studio? Like, can you explain what happened? Like, on the back end there?
Well, I'm in a remote studio, so but my monitor did not show Casey's body language, nor did it show the show itself. So I was just staring into my blank camera, only seeing the image of myself. So I thought I was still on. So I kept going and talking about the border invasion and immigration and how Joe Biden is going to answer these problems. And then a producer had to come in my ear and tell me, ma'am, you're no longer on air. And I didn't realize just how abruptly they cut me off until I actually went back and watched the clip.
Just really quickly, like,
I don't understand some of these like news stations. I can't imagine doing any of these kind of interviews with the delay. It's 2024 and you still have a delay and you still can't give a feed to where I can see you. That kind of like strength and power in a debate where the other person is live and you are just reacting and it's a slow reaction, you are always going to look bad. I feel like if I would go on their shows, I'd just start staring. I'm sorry, are you talking to me? Like, what the heck is happening? They're freaking out. They're already fact checking. They're already stopping conversation. Oh, you're going to come on here and say these things? Remember, and this is the kind of stuff that they're thinking about. Here's Hakeem Jeffries. Extreme MAGA Republicans are determined to jam the far right ideology down our throats. God, why do you got to take it all sexual? Yeah, fuck. That's fuck. That's fuck. That's fuck. I don't want that suck stuff up in here. Come out of here with all suck stuff. I mean, I just don't take any of these people seriously, especially CNN. Fox News included, I don't care. We could talk about it all. Okay, this is my show. I got this, I gave you this platform, and you're not going to use my platform to bring about your ideologies. Even though I'm interviewing you and I want your information, this is my moment that's going to go viral, and everyone's going to talk about how brave I was that I stood up to a MAGA extremist.
I'm going to come.
God. She knows she's lying. What a gaslighting witch. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of simple-minded nitwits that believe CNN. How dare you? I'm one of those people. Yeah. If you seriously though, like before COVID, yeah, maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You could still believe that maybe CNN or NBC or, deep down inside, good people. They're not out just spreading propaganda, that they actually care about you deep down inside. But those of us with a brain after COVID woke up to that. I mean, I knew it was propaganda, but I didn't know it was propaganda, if you know what I mean. I didn't know it was like it will walk over your body as you are dying and say, hey, what you're dying from isn't real. You're a conspiracy theorist. Don't bring that stuff up in here, okay? How dare you tell the truth on the Communist News Network? That's CBS. I'm sorry. I apologize. But remember, they're trying to take this guy away from us. They don't want us to enjoy this guy.
I'm going to come.
Oh, yeah. It's that video. This is when you know inflation's bad, though. This is when you know inflation's bad. When inflation is so bad, it's affecting Donald Trump, you know it's bad.
Even I won't buy bacon anymore. It's too expensive. I said, I'd love to have some lovely bacon, darling. And she said, no, I'm sorry, it's too expensive. Even I won't buy bacon anymore. It's too expensive.
You know it's so bad when Donald Trump is being affected by inflation. He's not even buying bacon at this point. They're trying to take this away from us. How dare you? Okay? How dare you? How dare you? We want 4 more years of this.
I'm gonna come.
Me too. We want the Don. Give us the Don. We don't want Joe Biden, Sleepy Biden. Okay? We want this.
Sorry, it's too expensive. Even I won't buy bacon anymore. It's too expensive. I said, I'd love to have some lovely bacon, darling. And she said, no, I'm sorry, it's too expensive. Even I won't buy.
This is why Donald Trump should not have agreed to a debate without a crowd. He's like one of those guys that just need a crowd because he plays around. He's a comedian. He plays around to see what works for different areas of the country. And when people start laughing, he's like, okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna keep hammering this in. I'm gonna keep making this joke because I'm bringing the audience in. They don't want that. They don't want that. They want a very serious debate where Jake Tapper can say, excuse me, you are acting like Hitler right now. I'm not kidding. Get off my stage. This is CNN. Dan and Bash, we're going to be asking Joe Biden questions from now on because you're just over here going around and spreading misinformation. I seriously, we will have one of those moments. We will have one of those moments where I feel like they will shut down the entire debate and they will be like, excuse me, not up in my stage, honey. Not up in my stage. Let me see some of y'all's chats. This is a very heavily chat-driven show. If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe. I go live here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Would always love you guys to be here. Whether you're on Rumble, YouTube, or Twitters. Derek, the shopping cart is now the most expensive vehicle in America. Dude, it is. It is. Every time I go to any grocery store these days, I'm like, I'm still surprised by the cost. And I'm like, I don't buy that much. I eat basic stuff. I'm eating like for lunch. I make chicken bowls for lunch where I put them all in a slow cooker and then I put it with rice and black beans and chicken and a little bit of Greek yogurt on top. It's delicious. It's nutritious. But like, I'm amazed by how much I'm dropping on chicken these days. I'm just like, chicken's how much a pound? I thought, am I buying brisket or am I buying chicken? I just don't get it. Okay, let's get into the 10 Commandments. Shout out to the 10 Commandments everywhere. America, you have 2 choices. America, you have 2 choices. You can either have the 10 Commandments or drag shows. That's it for these modern schools. And which one are you going to be more over the top angry about? A wall that kids probably won't read? Or a 35-year-old man coming in to teach them that love is love and they can have fun as long as I give them $1. Okay, so over the weekend, we had Louisiana posting the 10 Commandments. Everyone on the left lost their minds. All of them lost their minds. They're already planning to sue the right over all this kind of stuff. But here's something over the weekend as well. This happened in Canada. Okay, this isn't just like me being over the top and insane. Though I do have a good time on this show, and we try to have as much fun as we possibly can. The world is crazy. I don't want to have a serious podcast, but I also want to tell you the truth. Okay, little thumbs up. Thanks, iPhone. Okay, here is 5-year-olds watching a drag show of St. Andrews Elementary School in Canada. 5-year-olds. 5. I'm not making this up. Okay, here it is. Watch this. Okay, I don't want to be copyrighted in the song. Little drag show for 5-year-olds wearing a mask. And so, what are you more mad at? Should this even be in schools? Why are your kids even still in school? Here we go. Louisiana parents sue over the display of the 10 Commandments in public classrooms. How dare you? I thought we had separation of church and state. Last week, Governor Jeff Landry signed a bill requiring 10 Commandments to be displayed in every state-funded school. Not up in my states, okay? We're gonna have drag shows only. We don't want people reading stuff that says like, thou shalt not kill. Okay, abortion's legal, hello. But watch MSNBC. My favorite, Joy Reid, the love of my life. She just changed her wig. She's looking beautiful. She's looking brave. She's looking amazing. I love this woman more than I love my own wife. Don't tell her I said that. She's probably listening. Just kidding. She doesn't watch my show. Okay, watch them lose their minds. And I always think when I need something to be broken down for me, I need a liberal white woman to do it for me. Because they're the smartest. She's a trained therapist. I have no idea, but she looks like one, doesn't she? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, and it is ironic to me that these are the same people who will make the argument that a pride flag in a classroom is indoctrination, right. But they don't think the 10 Commandments is indoctrination. I see some irony there.
Yes, indeed. I was just on a conservative talk show where they made that exact argument, and there is no separation of...
How dare you go on a conservative talk show? How are you still breathing? Think of the bravery that Rachel Laser, that's your name, Rachel Laser? Okay, what? That's not a real name. Look at me, I'm Derek Nuclear Kids. It's a real name, get over it. Okay, here we go. Rachel freaking Laser. Think of the irony. I love when people think that they have like this profound point and they're just like, think of the irony. People on the right are freaking out about pride flags in classrooms and drag shows, and they want to post the 10 Commandments? Love is love, man. Love is love. Yes, I don't want the 10 Commandments in my classroom, and yes, I want the pride flag in there, but I don't see any irony from my side. Okay, let's just keep watching. I love the cope. Here we go.
Indoctrination, but they don't think the 10 Commandments is indoctrination. I see some irony there.
Yes, indeed. I was just on a conservative talk show where they made that exact argument, and there is no separation of flags in state. There is no separation of sexuality in state. There's a separation of church and state. And
there is a separation of sexuality in state. I just can't with these people. There's no separation of sexuality and state. Yay. You know, she wrote that before she came on the show. She's like, I know what you're going to ask me, but I'm going to write this down. I'm coming up with some good sayings, some good gotcha moments that everyone is going to be like, wow, profound, beautiful point. Can't believe you came up with that on your own. I did it. I didn't even use ChatGPT like I normally use, but I didn't use it this time. I thought about it, but I chose not to. Separation of sexuality, of church, and sexuality and state. I know. Okay, it just gets better, though. I love these two women so much. I want them in my life. I wanted to get brunch with them on the weekends. We can have all-you-can-drink mimosas if we want. And we're going to have a great time. And then the truth will finally come out, and Joy Reid will finally admit that she is a conservative. Not up in my house, not in my gated community. We don't want no illegal migrants in my community.
Of sexuality and state, there's a separation of church and state, and it protects religious freedom for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate to break it to folks, but Moses was not a Christian. That religion did not exist. He was Jewish, and so it's the Torah that you want to be displaying if that's where you want to go with this. But that's not supposed to be in school either.
Wait, one more time. Again, another one of these, this is a really good point. Did you know that the Old Testament isn't even Christian? Did you just watch your first Bill Maher special? Did you come up with that on your own? Wow. Huh. God we trust. Let's go. Gotta keep them separated. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, here we go. I just need to hear that stupid point one more time. I love when people that aren't like Christians that try to like get you gotchas on the Christians.
But Moses was not a Christian.
It's just freedom for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate to break it to folks, but Moses was not a Christian. That religion did not exist. He was Jewish. And so it's the Torah that you want to be displaying if that's where you want to go with this. But that's not supposed to be in school either. You're supposed to learn to read.
What? The 10 Commandments aren't in the Christian Bible. They're only in the Torah. Oh my God. I'm literally going to start going on Joy Reid just to get some theology in my life. This woman just got her degree at the Masters Dallas Theological Divinity School. And she's a genius. I don't understand why they take that point. Violet says, wow, she takes the weirdest take possible there. No separation of sexuality and state. But this is when you know it's religion for them. Is because they get absolutely hysterical when it comes to the idea of having the 10 Commandments in the classroom. I don't even think the 10 Commandments are like that. Like, wow, we're winning the culture war. Like, I'm not like, ooh, this is amazing. You mean the institution of the teachers that are like doing little TikToks or like showing like they're like going to the drag brunch and they're like asking your 5-year-old children, what are your pronouns? Don't worry, I'm going to ask your children what their pronouns are. But we'll have the 10 Commandments in the classroom. We'll make everyone happy. Yes, conservatives. Conservatives are winning. 10 Commandments in your face, libtards. Just like this. I don't clap this. If you're a Republican, don't clap the idea that this is happening, because that's what the Republicans want you to think. Like, oh, we're doing stuff. This is us. We're doing hard work. Is your life any better now that the 10 Commandments are in a classroom that you don't even want your kids to go to because the ideology and the education level and the stuff that's pushed down, their standardized tests or anything like that, that you don't want your kids there anyways, and you think like this is going to be some massive win? And then you're like, okay, if Republicans did something, now we don't have to keep putting pressure on them to actually make our lives better. That's the problem I have with that story, is that I feel like Republicans in Louisiana are going, look at us. We're doing stuff. 10 Commandments in the classroom. I know you're more worried about other things going on in your life, but we're doing the hard work. It's like the woke side of the Republicans. Look, we're putting 10 Commandments places. Get excited. Get excited, everyone. Do you have kids? No, then it doesn't apply to you. I just, whatever. I don't know. Gotta keep the 10 Commandments and the first 10 amendments sound good to me. I mean, it's fine, but it's like, is it that big of a win? You know, like, sure. But the same teachers are going to be pushing down their same ideology. Is it going to change the hearts and minds of these kids? Will they actually be taught what's on the wall? Or will it be just some 20-year-old teacher who is fresh out of some kind of woke school that is teaching your kids, that is state mandated to not only put the American flag that they hate on the wall, but also the 10 Commandments? And so when you drop your kids off at school and the kids go, what's on the wall? And the teacher just says some stupid religion that's dead. And like, that's what happens in the classroom. And then you're like, oh, but the 10 Commandments in the classroom, so things are better. That doesn't make things better. Like, yes, I think the 10 Commandments are good. Obviously, I'm a Christian. Thank you. But like, is it that big of a cultural win? Get them where the heart is. Keep pushing like the national anthem, or like getting down the pride. You have to take down their idol. Their idol is the LGBTQ flag. It's a woke ideology. It's that kind of mindset. You have to hit them at the heart. You stop allowing that to happen, they'll open up their own schools, and it'll be like the woke elementary school, where all kids are welcomed here. Okay, now you right-wing extremist. I'm gonna read some of y'all's chat. Soon, you as a student are even allowed to have a Bible with you. Is that a thing? I mean, if I remember kids that went to school, even when I went to school, that had Bibles, and they were treated as weird. Like, oh, what are you doing in this school? But we also had Christian Athletes Association, and that was pretty cool. Let's start teaching math again, says Willie. How dare you say that? All right. I have other stuff, but I just wanted to see what y'all think. Do you guys think in the chat? Chat, please let me know. Do you think having the 10 Commandments on the wall is a huge W? Sure. I think it's a small dub. Small dub, not full dub. Okay, I want a full dub here. I want Republicans to actually focus on things that matter. And and I don't want to get into some kind of stupid debate. Yes, the 10 Commandments matter. But does this change the hearts and minds of teachers and the world abroad by having the 10 Commandments? I was a nerd with the lexicon. Dude, let's go. Shout out to the lexicon everywhere. Turns out Democrats don't like men, says Van Jones. Okay, check this video out. I'm surprised. Are you surprised? It's almost like we've been saying this all day. Here's Van Jones.
Trump does seem to be appealing to significant numbers of particularly of Latino voters, but also black men. What's going on?
You're black.
The
Tell us.
Obama-Biden coalition is in trouble. It's in trouble. And I get beat up every time I say it, but it's
Please don't beat him up.
Trouble. And it has to do with a number of things. Number one, the white working class guys left for your campaign in 2016, the Democratic Party. And now black and Latin working class guys are following along. And they don't have to follow in massive numbers. Again, this is razor edge stuff. So, I mean, listen, the vast majority of black people are going to vote for President Biden. The vast majority of black women are going to vote for President Biden. The vast majority of black men are going to vote for President Biden, but that's not the point. The point is you have a margin that is hurting and uncertain among black and Latin men as to whether we have a place in this party. It's not easy to talk about, but there is a sense among a lot of guys that you talk to that they're just tired of being lectured, tired of being wrong, tired of being criticized, tired of being called toxic, tired of, frankly, a lot of other groups getting more out of the Biden administration than black folks got.
What? I mean, that's when you know it's bad for them, when they actually start acknowledging their own faults. Yeah, and why is the working class going for Trump? Why? Any kind of thoughts behind that? No, they're leaving. We lost them. We don't know what to do with their vote. We don't know how to get them back. Because to do that, oh, that's not too bad. To do that, you would actually have to change everything you stand for. And they will never acknowledge that, because in politics, it's not important to actually acknowledge your faults. It's important to actually double down and actually tell people that if they don't vote for you, it's because they're racist. God. That's your answer. And people are bored with that conversation. Even Van effing Jones. You're not going to get them back because your party is full of insane woke nonsense and is obsessed with creating one of the craziest gaps between the upper, middle, and lower class. I just got my energy bill the other day, and nothing has changed in my life dramatically. And I don't know about you, but my bill is insane. So yeah, things are worse. Even though, if you look at statistics, crime is actually down, and if the economy is actually doing pretty good, just look at the stock market. No, anybody with a brain has been to the grocery store, has seen their energy bill, but also is pumping gas at the gas tank. And things aren't looking good. And not only that, the world seems kind of unsafe at the moment. I think it's not just about working class. I think a lot of people are freaked out. What are your thoughts on that? 10 Commandments were a good guide for me when I was young, says Willie. Oh, 100%, dude. I mean, 10 Commandments are a great starting block to where, how to live life, moral life, a good life, a happy life. You know, one of the biggest ones in there is pride, and we won't get into that one. That's a sticky subject. You have to celebrate these people, no matter what. Speaking of celebration, I want everyone to listen to this video. This might be one of the most insane questions. No. This is the most insane question I've ever heard in my life. I don't know how to answer this question. Do you? Watch this. Pay attention. What would you do? Get in the chat. Tell me who you would date.
Would you rather date an illegal immigrant or a liberal?
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me?
That is like the worst question ever. I don't know. Like, probably. Oh my gosh. I would say no.
Illegal immigrant.
Would you rather date an illegal immigrant or a liberal?
The answer is illegal immigrant, but I'm going to suss them out. If they hate the commies like me, then you can come in. If you think Joe Biden's a great president, get off. I'm not dating you. The end. If you would rather date a liberal. I love that she took so long to think about that. Violet says, I don't have any bills going up because we're blessed with included utilities, but it's gotten a lot safe. Oh, Violet, are you renting? Ask your landlord how his utility bill is going. And then when you get that new bill for that new, when you sign for a new year lease, you might go, why has my bill gone up 30%? And he'd go, well, it's just part of life, my friend. It's part of life. All right. Today was so much fun. I don't know if you guys had fun. I learned a lot today, and I hope you guys learned a lot. We learned many things together. We learned that CNN. On his head, he's got a pint glass. On his head, he's got a pint glass on his head. Ooh. This is Euro. The Euro. On his head, he's got a pint glass on his head. Ooh. I learned so much today. I learned that Jake Tapper and Dana Bash will be putting on an absolute clinic to make sure fact-checking. It's impossible to be serious. On his head, he's got a pint glass on his head. I wish American sports had more singing. There's something about getting hammered with your bros and singing together, having a great time that you can't just put a price on it. We're gonna learn many things over this live stream. If you're new here, you tuned in live, I appreciate you guys for being here. Shout out to Rumble Chat. You guys were on fire tonight. Shout out to Twitter as well and YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Amazing stuff. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I can't do the show without you. I need you like you need me. Okay, you don't need me. We'll learn about Jake Tapper. He's going to be putting on an absolute clinic to show how he fact checks live the entire time during the debate. Well, we will be going live, so come join in for that as well. We'll learn about the 10 Commandments and them losing their minds on the stupidest thing ever. They want pride flags in their classrooms. And the idea of the 10 Commandments is the most triggering thing they could possibly be. Why? Because they're convicted by the Holy Spirit. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for being here. You're the most amazing people on earth. I am going live tomorrow as well, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Be here, be square. Okay? So I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys. Drop a like on this video if you do not mind. It helps the algorithms out. Drop a like and a comment below. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the most amazing people on freaking